Hello, hello. How is everyone today? Today we are just going to do some art and hang out and do some art and hang out and do some art. So, I'm gonna switch over to the thing now. There I am. Got my little tablet. Ugh. Fixing my... there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a new D&D character that I created a little bit ago named Darcy, and I'm very excited. I just wanted to kind of do character art. I haven't done a character portrait in a while, and sometimes I just like to do them. They're fun. Put my water bottle over there. Got my coffee. So yeah, just making sure everything's working okay. If the music is too loud, let me know. Usually I do that as my practice before stream, but I didn't do it, so now I gotta do it. Sing my little song. Charging my attack. If anyone's seen Team 4-Star. Okay, so we're doing some art today. Yeah, and I haven't done a character portrait in a little bit, and I just kind of felt like doing one. So I have, this is just, I don't know if you can see my cursor right now, but the top picture is an old character for my current character that I did, just so I can kind of see how I do portraits, kind of. Oh, this is very thumpy music. What is this? Try to play the piano. Okay. Techno-axe music as usual. But yeah, so the top one is the current character I'm playing portrait, named Violet, which I've talked about before in videos and stuff. And then the second picture is the inspiration for this character, from someone else's art. I couldn't find the artist, unfortunately, but that's the inspiration photo. I really like it. And the bottom is, a more specific version of the character that I actually want to play of Darcy that I made in Hero Forge. Hero Forge, as I've said, Hero Forge is a fantastic character creator that doesn't use AI. Not as far as I know. Every company seems to be using it nowadays, so it might be a matter of time. But currently, as far as I know, it doesn't use AI. And it's free. I've never paid money for Hero Forge. Unless you want to buy like a mini, or this music's a bit loud for me. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Just in case it's a bit too loud. Don't want it drowning me out. And then turn it down a bit on my end too. Hello! Oh, hello! Thank you for joining Lava Pool. Yeah, I just got some Techno-Axe is a YouTuber who gives out non-copyright royalty-free music that you can play in the background of your streams or videos. So they're doing a nice little service for everybody. I always give them credit, but yeah, so I just have their music playing in the background. It's not all going to be techno music. It's going to be like a mix. It's just kind of like chill music. And hi, Cranberry. Thank you for joining as usual. So I was just explaining that I'm going to be doing a portrait of a character today because I felt like doing some character art. And I was just explaining that the middle picture is inspiration that I found. The bottom picture is a mock-up I did on Hero Forge. And then the top picture is a portrait I've done before of my current character, Violet, who's very goth girl, emo goth girl. So yeah, so I'm just kind of working with that. So yeah, we'll get to the picture drawing actually, because that's the point of the stream. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's figure this out. Now, yeah, so I was just saying how cool Hero Forge is for making D&D characters or any TTRPG characters, and doesn't use AI. So, woo, we like that. Okay. Anyway, so let's get going. Because I could talk for a while if I tried. Let's get pencil. Let's do good old mechanical pencil. Let's make let's make it purple. Like a nice gray purple, seeing as that's what the character, I like the color purple. It's not my favorite color. My favorite color is blue, but this character has a lot of purple, just like Violet currently. Yeah. And so we're just gonna, oh, my man. Why is it saying I can't draw? Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. I'm so good at art. Okay. So let's do a sketch. Let's do a very basic sketch. So I kind of want like this, you know, just draw a very basic face shape out there. You want do the lovely thing. Doop doop doop, and then doot doot doot. I'm such a good artist. Doing the very basic rubric that you do. And she's gonna have a neck here, but she's very strong, lady, so she's got a big strong neck. Big strong neck. She's I made her a monk, but she's also a Goliath, so she's a Goliath monk, so she's very buff. Her name's Darcy. Because I thought the name Darcy was cool. I was trying to find a cool name, and Darcy was what I found. I like it. Okay, and big strong neck. We got big strong shoulders because she's a strong lady. Nope, not that strong. This is a very loose sketch, which is why it looks like this. And I do kind of want the fist coming up here in front of her because she's a monk. Like that. And just kind of turn to the side here. Like that. And I think I might take the whole thing and squish it a little bit. Lasso. Woo! Don't do that. That was a terrible lasso. I didn't have enough space. There we go. Zoom in. And we are going to squish everything. Not shrink. That one. We're going to make her face more in the center and zoomed up. Make sure I leave enough room for her hair. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of, you know, the very basics that I'm working with. So, new layer. Turn this down. Do my old tonal correction, making the light, the contrast and the brightness really up. So, like, oop. And then new layer. So that was the very loose sketch. And, now I start on the second sketch, which I'm gonna make, let's make this one green. Because that's the other major color. Yeah. I've heard that it's a good idea. Also, I've heard it's a good idea, actually, to, fill in the background with, like, a different color than any of the colors you're working with. So let's make it blue. Oh. I did on the wrong layer. Okay, 1 second. I know what I'm doing. There we go. And then, when you're doing, like, your coloring, you won't miss any spots that are white. So, okay. So, that's my very basic thing. And then I've got my green. Oh, I should probably do it, like, in a lighter green, though, if it's going to be on a dark background. Okay, so this is the more detailed sketch. My process is weird. My process is weird, but anyway. Okay, so let's do this a little bit more detailed. Okay, so let's look at, just wondering if I should do a closer up picture of my, give me 1 second, guys. Go to good old Hero Forge as I die. Okay. Oh, that's cute. I like how Hero Forge, they show, when you're loading up, they show characters that other people have made. And they're some really cute ones. Okay, I do want, like, a closer up picture of her, like, of her face. in Hero Forge. So I can see kind of more what I'm working like with bone structure and eye shape and stuff like that. It's not going to look quite like the Hero Forge mini because... how do you zoom in? There we go. And I kind of want it about at the same level. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Just like that. And I want to screenshot that. No. No. Gosh darn it. It did a thing. Ooh. I like how I'm describing this. You guys can't see what I'm doing at all, but, you know. There. Okay. And then screenshot. There we go. Download that. And then I'll bring it into, the Clip Studio Paint in a second. Okay. There we go. So we're like 80%. Wait, which layer is that on again? I know. I'm terrible for it too. The amount of times I've started drawing something and been like 20 pen strokes in and been like, I'm on the wrong layer. And I don't make them. I have made 2 VTuber models. And I have nearly wanted to friggin' destroy everything several times because the layering has to be very precise with those. And the second one I did, I'm like, I'm not gonna make any of the same mistakes I made last time. And then I got into Live 2D and it's like, oh, I still screwed a bunch of stuff up. And I'm just like, why? I've done this before. But it's just like you think you check all the layers, but then there's layers that have like a little bit of color or a little bit of something in the wrong spot and you never caught it. And it's just like, I'm going to stab somebody. Not real. In Minecraft. But yeah, layering. Layering is fun. Okay, so anyway, I got a new picture here. So I'm going to import that image. So just so I can see her face a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. So I might get rid of this one. Yes. Okay, there we go. And then we'll move this. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're making this one a lot smaller. There we go. There, that's better. Oh, and you. There we go. Because I don't need this bottom part of this lady. There we go. Because I'm trying not to take in. This is more like the original inspiration. So this is what the theme is. I present a blank white image and call it Polar Bear and Snowstorm. I know, if anyone's seen Daredevil, there's a picture or Daredevil, the original series on Netflix, or the Netflix series. What's that guy's name? God, my brain is a sieve. Kingpin. Kingpin gets really obsessed with this one painting that is just like white and gray, and it's called Snowstorm or something. It's like, there you go. And he pays like a ton of money for it. Okay, so we got this girl. This is kind of basically the pose I want. This is kind of the style I want. I tried to copy, or not copy, but do similar tattoos to the tattoo she has in the inspiration picture. Okay, so here we go. So let's see. Let's do some stuff here. Okay. Ooh, this is loud for me. How loud is that for you guys? Is that too loud? If that's too loud, let me know. If you can hear me okay or not. Okay. This is why it takes me so long to do these. This is just because I'm chatterboxing. Okay, so we're going to do, oh my god, what is the, I'm on the layer. Okay, there, I can finally do it. Okay, so we've got nose is here, we've got mouth is here, we have, it's actually rather quiet. Oh, okay, thank you. It's very loud for me. I've got my desktop volume down to like 2%. So I will turn up a bit there. There. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. And then we've got brows here, brow here, eye. So, I swear I'm a better artist than this. This is just a sketch. Since Lava Pool hasn't been here too often, it's just like... just like, let's do a good job. Got a stone on her forehead here. And then a hairline is here. There we go. Okay, I can see the vision. And then hairline comes down here. Ears are here. Ear is here. Okay, so we got the face shape kind of down. Let's continue drawing this. Got like a squarish jaw. Okay, and then we've got the hair. I do want to keep some of these. I like how this lady's hair is, and then I thought like she'd have it pulled back. Because she's a monk, right? So she's in melee. She doesn't want people grabbing her hair. And it's like that. Just like that. And draw the like that. And I do like the tendrils hanging down, like she has, like that. Okay. And maybe move the nose down a little bit. Okay. So this is just me doing a very... I like to do several sketch layers of like increasing levels of complication. Yeah, and then just the... And then she's gonna have a ponytail coming down here. Like that. Okay, okay. And I want to make sure the scarf is really important to me. I think the scarf is really cool. And it's like a... I was thinking it could be... Because this character's not super fleshed out yet, because I just created her recently. I want the scarf to be kind of like a... Like a family thing, like something her family gave her. She's a soldier. She's a soldier monk. And her family's like a big military family, so like they all go into the military. So you must have been Luke. I think we had a trail trip report about closed road and landslide. Oh, that's so nice, Cranberry. You're doing a public service. That's so cool. Yeah. That is really cool. I'm glad. I know it's not great that you got kind of almost stuck in a landslide, but, you know, it had a purpose. You saved that other person from getting stuck in the same thing, so that's great. So she's like a soldier. And, the rest of her family are also all soldiers. So I kind of wanted to, have that be a thing. But that maybe... Her mom gave her the scarf before she went into becoming a soldier, so the scarf is like sentimental to her. And yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. But no, that's really good, Cranberry. I'm glad, you know, in the long run, you almost getting stuck in that landslide had a purpose, you know? I and your boyfriend probably would have rather you didn't almost get stuck in that landslide, but at least, you know, you prevented someone else from almost getting stuck, so that's good. Okay. Okay, I got the scarf now. And the scarf is gonna, like, just come out here. And that's her hair. And then the scarf is gonna... This is a really big scarf in Hero Forge, but in Hero Forge, everything's kind of big. It definitely is a style that isn't for everybody's taste. But it is a very good free resource for free character art. So I highly recommend it. She's a muscular lady, so I need to see how to draw a fist, because the fists in this picture are covered up. How to draw fist back to camera. Holding up in front of your face. Okay. Images, please. Okay, so I want one facing with the back to the camera. There, that's a good one. That's a video. I don't want a video. There's one. Okay, perfect. So. Okay. So, okay, there is one. There's one I can use. Let's, so it's like this. So we've got a thumb. I don't draw hands too often. So it's something I need to practice. And then fist. And then it's like bump, 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 bump. Hand down. Okay. And then let's turn this off so I can kind of see. Wait, Morgan. The thumb wouldn't be on that side. Adoy. Okay. That would be this fist. Right? So I'm holding it up. Okay. So I'll draw this fist and then I'll flip it, is what I'll do. Okay. So we'll start with the basic shapes. We've got hand like this. And then this is the fist. It comes up. It goes bump, 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 bump. It comes down. It goes like that. And then like that. Okay. But as I said, it would not be like that. It would be, and then fix this a little. Just me fixing my drawing here. Doot doot doot. Okay, but it would be flipped because her fist. Oh no, not that much. It's facing the opposite way. So how do you flip? Edit. Transform. Flip horizontal. There we go. Okay. Yep. And then turn it like that. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see that now. And then, okay. Okay. Game, or not game. What is it, game? Oh, yes, sorry, it popped up here. Okay, apply transformation. There we go. Okay, and then just smooth it out a little bit. So it would be more like down here, like that. And then just do some erasing. That would be like that. Okay, I can kind of see it. I'll fix it more as I go, make it a little bit better looking, but oh, thank you, Striking Viking. Okay. Sorry, there's a few messages while I was trying to draw fist. I knew I had to get out. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, my art topic. Yes, it's very important to keep on art topic. Thank you so much, Striking Viking. Yes, don't worry about derailing my art topic. It is so very important. We don't want to don't get off topic at all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just adjust this a little bit more. Maybe that way. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. So there. Yeah, I'm just double checking my own fist. It would be like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And here we go. So now that I've got that sketch. Oh, I'm gonna draw in a few more details. Now that I've got that sketch kind of done, I'm just gonna fix her hairline a little because it does look it looks a bit stiff the way I have it right now. So we'll draw like that. Give her some of those, not quite sideburns, but the parts that come down front of your ears. Yes, Cranberry was doing the crazies the other day. The crazy hiking shenanigans. And I do wanted this to come down a little bit more. Okay. There, it's coming together. And then her hair is like here. She's got a hair tie. Okay. Oh, no, that's fine, Striking Viking. So the story is, that she's a soldier and her family, well, she's a Goliath monk. I'll start with that. She's a Goliath monk. She's a soldier. Her whole family are soldiers, except for maybe her mom. I haven't, like, worked out the full details yet. I did just create this character recently. But... sorry, I'm reading Kieran Berry's story. She's a monk and a soldier, and her whole family is, her whole family are soldiers, and she has, for reasons that have happened, that I haven't gone into yet, because I haven't played this character yet. I'm just, working on making her. She did a desertion. Kind of like through situations kind of beyond her, not like on purposely, but something came up and she had to desert, because she had a vision, and the vision told her that she kind of had to go someplace right now. She didn't have a chance to, and she did, in her defense, did try to explain to her commanding officer, like, hey, some stuff happened, I have to go, and her commanding officer basically was like, you can't go, we're in the middle of something right now. It's kind of like, we're in the middle of a mission, and so she sneaks away, which is, you know, not great when you're a military person, but, like, she doesn't mean to. She's not trying to desert, but she kind of does, and unintentionally, so. And that's kind of all I have for her yet. She's a shadow monk, so she was like a soldier, but more of a you know, light armored soldier. Redo. I want to fix her mouth a little bit and her nose. Yeah, so that's the basic story. Someone's gonna come across that that boot at some point in the future and gonna be like, whoa, what's the story behind this? Now, her eyes are fairly large. Yeah. So, and like, yeah, so. Yeah, so, yeah, definitely she's in trouble. Not just from the military, probably from her family too. Because, like, you know, if they're a big military family, then that's really important to them. So yeah, kind of like that. But, so yeah, I'm just, been working on this character for a bit. Just, I don't know when I'll get a chance to play her, but I just like making characters. So, don't necessarily have to play them. Fixing the ears a little bit. Okay, let's make this eraser, like, not the biggest thing on the planet for a second. There we go. I'm just kind of straightening up her jaw a little bit. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So. Yeah, does anyone have any, D&D characters they want to share about, or TTRPG characters, or just OCs they want to share about? Because it took me way too long, because I was never an OC person. I was never an original, like, make up my own OCs person. And then I got into TTRPGs, and I'm like, oh, this is just making OCs. With a story that you're planning on playing at some, like, a collaborative story OC, but it is an OC. And I never really thought about it before, but then I was like, that's just totally what OCs are. Clip Studio Paint looks so much better than Art Rage. I haven't heard of Art Rage. I've mostly heard of like Clip Studio Paint, Krita, and Procreate. Those are kind of the main ones I've heard about, but what's Art Rage like? Okay, so I got her face kind of down. I'm okay. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I love DMing. I love both. I love being a player, and I love being a DM. Both of those are very fun to me in different ways. Ooh. Aldo. Oh, 1920s cartoon character. That's interesting. When I think of that, I always think of a... Oh. My brain doesn't remember names. I want to say Blinky? Inky? Is it Inky? And... No, it's something in the ink machine. Bendy in the ink machine? It's a horror game. That is heavily based on the old Mickey Mouse things. You should put in like a shadow box, Cranberry, and be like, the memory of that time I almost died. This is to remind myself never to do that again. Bendy! Yes, yes, Bendy and the Ink Machine. So whenever I hear 1920s cartoons, I always think of that. Although was Bendy 1920s, or was it even earlier than that? Or not, no. Not Bendy. Oh, Steam Whistle. Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Willie. I don't know what time period that was from. Oh no, Art Rage stinks. Well, I think Clip Studio Paint is like a one-time payment. Don't quote me on that. That's what it was when I bought it. And I think they talked about going to a subscription service, but you got grandfathered in if you still already had it. But everybody flipped out, understandably, because a lot of people switched to Clip Studio Paint to get away from Photoshop, which is a subscription service, and Photoshop is not very popular with a lot of people because of that, and plus a bunch of other things like AI and stuff. But yeah. My latest character I wanted to play was a mysterious character in full plate armor. Ooh! You ever see anything with the armor and they could not talk, but they communicate through gestures? That's so cool. I love those kind of very Dark Souls-y characters. Like your main character in Dark Souls never actually talks. They just use emotes. That's really cool. I had a character like that was a... I ran Lost Mine of Phandelver. I'm so good at names, guys. God, my brain. Lost Mine of Phandelver. And I had a character that was a paladin of Kelemvor. So like Kelemvor is very anti-undead. And basically, they never ran into it because I never went to talk to this NPC. But there's a Banshee NPC in Lost Mine that you could go talk to, and you could either attack her or you could be peaceful with her. But basically, if the party ever went to talk to her and was peaceful with her, he would come in later and be like, I'm here to get rid of that Banshee. And because Kelemvor says that we need to get rid of all the undead. And the party could try and convince him that she was like peaceful if they talked to her instead of killing her themselves. And he would just follow the group around and basically anytime, not follow them around, but show up after they were done everything. And if they had basically gone into a dungeon and left anything behind, he would basically go in and like be the cleanup crew. So that kind of, I love those kind of characters where it's just a guy in armor or a girl in armor, a nondescript, a non-binary person in armor. But yeah. Yes, you don't have to keep it. I think that would be really funny, like, and just put a plaque on it in memory of the time I almost died. Um, yeah, yeah. And I had a character. Sorry, we can talk about OCs for the rest of the session. I'm gonna keep drawing, I promise. But I had a character who was an auto gnome, which is basically like a little construct character. And they also couldn't talk, but they printed off. They had like a little paper printer that print off like little pieces of paper with writing on them, and that's how they talked. So that makes me think of your writing on the shields idea too. I love making characters. I like making, even if I'm not playing in a game, I like making silly NPCs. Like, I came up with an NPC really on the fly one time, because my players wanted to go to like a curiosity museum, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have a curiosity museum planned out. So I came out with this little yuan ti old lady, which is like a snake lady, named Wanda, and it was called Wanda's Wondrous something. It was like a alliteration. But she was, and I just came up with a crazy voice for her. And yeah, and then I took a picture. Oh my god, do I have the art? Not photoshopped, but in Clip Studio Paint. Oh god. 1 second. We're getting so off topic. Wanda's weird. What is it? What's her name? There she is, Wanda! So if you've seen Ratatouille, that's the old lady from Ratatouille. Oh, I had so much fun messing around with it until I got this lady. She's even got snake skin. Ooh. That's really cool. I love that. It's like, or like a fire character that's immune to fire. Oh, that's cool. Oh, gotta go, Striking Viking. Have a good day. Thank you for joining and telling us about your cool characters. Anyway, that was Wanda. Oh, Wanda. I had fun. And then, of course, I'm like, you can never go back there because I'll never be able to do that crazy voice again. I'll never remember how to do it. Okay. And I do like that she's got, like, curls. Back to, like, focusing on what I'm actually doing. I like that she's got kind of, like, her hair's kind of falling out in place. Not falling out, but just, like, hard to contain in a ponytail. Like, my hair is always falling out of my ponytails because I have a lot of hair, but it's really fine. So it slips out of ponytails. Especially because I have curly hair, so to protect it, I use satin, what do you call it? My brain! Satin scrunchies. To try and help them, you know, my hair not to get damaged. Just drawing some quick ears. There we go. Well, it was very nice of Striking Viking to show up, and I love the lava pool idea. Would be very, or character. That was like you said, that's a very cool idea for an NPC. Sending your characters to other, maybe not that long. Sending your characters to other, like, planes of existence is always fun to, like, throw them for a loop and mess with their expectations a bit. Because, you know, the rules don't have to be the same there that they are in, like, in, the material plane, which is the main plane that you generally work on. Okay, so she has a bare shoulder here. She's got like a bare shoulder here, and then this one is a long, flowy shoulder for the outfit she has. Okay, so okay, I gotta work on the eyes a bit, get them kind of solidified in. Gonna fix this eye a little, move it down, stretch it out a bit. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Sending, you want to have fun, well, don't send them. Depending on the situation, you can send them, or even better, give them the option to go to someplace crazy. Make it their choice, because, you know, character agency and all that jazz. Because that's always fun. It just gives you a chance to mess with your players a little bit. I'm just gonna liquefy this eye a little bit. Shape it out a little. Woo, that's not what I want. That's a weird liquefy. So I just wanna, you know, smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Kind of fix the shape a little bit. As I take this one out a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Give your players the chance to decide to go to another plane of existence, and then you can really mess with them. Because some crazy ones are like, you know, good old astral plane is crazy. Lots of crazy stuff there. Feywild, nothing needs to make sense in the Feywild because it's pure chaos. You know, one of the elemental planes where everything, like the actual world is like physically dangerous to them. So yeah, you have lots of fun. D&D should be fun and creative. There, that looks a little bit. I'm trying to make these eyes look like they belong to the same person. I do think I want them to kind of go up though. Like, maybe the size a bit bigger. Like, I haven't used the liquefy tool very much, but it is fun to use. And just kind of nudge it around until it looks the way you want it to. Just trying to nudge, 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 nudge. A little hard. It's a little tricky though. There are rules to D&D. There, like, or any other TTRPGs. D&D is like I would say is a rules medium system where there are a lot of rules to it, but there's also a lot of loosey-goosey things where the DM can kind of rule things a certain way. But if you want your players and you to have, in my opinion, have a good time, it's best if you collaborate on the story. So that means, like, the DM has a story, but doesn't interfere with the way the characters interact with that story. Some DMs don't even have a story. They're just like, whatever the players end up doing, we will eventually make a story. So, but there are, especially to combat, there are very strong rules in D&D. There's other games like Pathfinder that are much more rules heavy, but are much more balanced as well. So the DM has less of a say-so in how certain things go because most of the rules are made for you. And then there's very rules light systems where anything can go. But I find you have to have a lot of trust with your players for those systems because of that, you have to be able to communicate well with your players and have a group that you trust because they are so rules light. Like, a player can just go crazy, and within the rules, there's not necessarily any way the DM can stop them, but, you know, if that player is your friend or someone that you trust, then they want to make a good story with you. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. And some rules in D&D, I just am like, I have said so many times, like, that rule is dumb. I don't like that rule, and I'll just change it. Okay, so just shaping out the eyes a bit more here. For what I want, it's kind of like that. Maybe a little bit more down, like this. There we go. And on this side, the same. Up and around and down, but keep that shape. Yeah, I'm like looking at my Violet picture, and she is very much like oval eyes and a little bit of thing on these are going to be very much more, I don't want to say rectangular, but it's not, but more like let's go in and do some quick touching up here. So we got like this, it's gonna be across like that. Yeah, like this. Yeah, like that. So that's kind of the eye shape I want. Where it's much more like harder lines. Oh yeah, I like both hard rules session, or oh my god, English. Heavy rules heavy and rules light systems. It just depends on the group you're with. Some people need to have that structure that a rules light system gives them, or rules heavy system gives them. They don't deal well with, like, you know, when you have all of the choices, sometimes it makes it tricky for you to make a decision. Whereas with a rules heavy system, you know, you're not gonna, like, there's always something, if you don't know what to decide, you can always look it up. Me trying to make these eyes look even. Make two eyes look the same relatively. Challenge level impossible because... Okay, there we go. Just making these two eyes look about even. There we go. That's as good as they're gonna get. Oh yeah, and D&D and rules heavy systems still have lots of imagination, just when it comes to decide for the GM to decide something, you can either have a rules light system where the GM can be like, yep, or a rules heavy system where the GM's like, let me see how you can do that. So the players still have lots of imagination no matter what system you're playing in. So, that's all. There we go. Get that nose. I think I want her nose to be a little bit more... What kind of nose does she have? She had a... Violet has a very upturned nose. So I'm gonna give her more of like a hawk-like nose. Like, it's kind of like downturned. Not that hawky. Little less, like that. Like that. Very, like a pointed, downturned nose. Like, yeah, like that. So, like, you can't see her nostrils, is what I'm thinking. And then fix her mouth a little. I like how I'm just basically erasing this entire face and drawing it again, but that's what you do. And I want her to have a little smirk. There we go. Oh, Morgan. I never set the time lapse. We're recording a time lapse now. It's a little late, but that's okay. I'm still pretty early in the sketch stage. Gotta make this ear a little bit smaller on this side, a little closer to the head. So it's not sticking out a mile. Nothing wrong with sticky out ears, but there's a fine line between it looks like someone who just has ears that stick out a little bit, or this character looks like a cartoon character. So, you know, we fix. There we go. I kind of like using this, this green. It makes me, feel like I'm coloring with chalk. Okay, and, she's got a smirk. got a very, at least in the Hero Forge thing, she's got a very, like, pronounced, whatever that thing is in the middle of your nose. Like this thing. I'm so good at drawing. I have to redraw this art so much. Okay, so she doesn't have that much of a smirk. She's like that. There we go. That looks better. And then she's got very pronounced widow's bow. Like this. I'm trying to follow the Hero Forge as much as possible because that's going to be more what the art is. Whoa, that's a big bottom lip right there. There we go. And a little like thing that she's smirking. Little smirky. There we go. Okay, let's see how that looks. It needs to be over a bit more and turned a bit more. We're figuring this out as we go. This is just the sketch, so scooch you over a bit and up. There we go. There we go. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just like, I'm futzing. I futz a lot. And now this stone is not going to be a circular stone. That was just so I kind of knew where it would be. It's going to be a stone like this. Make sure it's centered. I'm losing my voice. Make sure it's centered on her face. How are we 52 minutes in already? Oh my goodness. Okay. And she has very, like, no. I drew that and I'm like, no, no, no. I want her to have, like, very pronounced cheekbones. The problem is with art, there's a rule with art. The more lines you draw on a character, the older that character is going to look. So I have to be a bit careful with how many lines I'm giving this lady. Oh, no, not that one. I'm going to move her eyebrows down a touch. To there, because I don't want her to look permanently shocked. There we go. Okay, okay. So I don't want to have too many lines on her face. But I do want her to have, like, very... I don't like these. There's a difference between high... Is it like this? I guess maybe more like that. There's a difference between giving her looking like she has hollow cheekbones and hollow cheeks, like she's like Violet has hollow cheekbones because she's a little sickly girl. Yeah, I know. Line art is scary. Because line art's when it all becomes permanent, right? My character Violet, she has hollow cheekbones because she's a sickly little, basically a Victorian child, but a Victorian young woman. So I'm trying to give her high cheekbones without looking like she has hollow cheeks, like she is sickly. Because this girl is not sickly. This girl is very healthy. So anyway, and then I need to draw her face markings. So she's got one's coming down here, like this. And then one coming down here, like this. Over her eyes. And then, oh, how are they doing over her eyes? Oh, they stop there. And then these ones come down here. Go here, and then out. Like that. Like that. Okay. We're doing it, we're doing it. And then here, down, across, and down. That. Oh, that's a lot line. There we go. Let's make these a little higher. There we go. Oh! Whoops! That's not the eraser. That's the thing. That's the fashion thing. Let's fix that. Okay. over and down. Okay, there we go. She's got some on her hands too. She's got hand wraps, so I'll draw those in quick. They're kind of making her hand look a little bigger. You know. So she's got hand wraps. And then she's got some kind of markings on her hands. I guess on 2 of her fingers, her last 2 fingers, she's got hand markings like that. Okay, we're getting them. And you can't see her stomach in this picture, but she's got them going. Not quite as detailed as this inspiration picture, because I wanted to be able to draw them. But she's got markings going down her whole body. Which I like. I would associate those kind of markings with tattoos or paint or whatever they are with Goliath. The gray skin and the markings. Oh, no worries. Thank you, Lava Pool, for joining. I'll be probably wrapping up here in about 10 minutes. So, but thank you for joining. It was nice to hear from you. Yep, there we go. And then... wonder if her eyes are too close together. Let me see. They might be just a touch. I might have to move them out a little bit. I do have a bad habit of giving my characters kind of a cross-eyed look. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. And I do want her looking like kind of to the side like she is in her picture, or her Hero Forge picture, like she's and with the smirk, she's kind of like, you know, getting ready for a fight or measuring somebody up. And then she's got her irises in, or her pupils. Those aren't her irises. Oh, thank you. Oh wait, Cranberry, there was something I wanted to do. There you go. There you go. There's no pressure involved in that. I don't have enough people in here where you would have to do anything with that, but yeah. I was thinking of doing that the other day. So there you go. I don't think she's the kind of lady to wear makeup. Like Violet, my current character, she's got a lot of makeup on. She's got eyeliner. She naturally has dark circles and stuff under her eyes and lipstick, but this girl's a soldier. I don't see her wearing a ton of makeup unless she had to. There you go. You got that little wrench on the side of your name now. Because you're special. You're special. Very special. Teacher's pet. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Okay. So I'm liking how this is looking so far. I guess I should probably draw the stuff on her outfit a bit now. I am liking this though. I feel like her mouth might have to be a bit bigger. She looks very lip pursed. It looks very lip pursy right now. Look, she's gonna give us someone to smooch. I might want to make her mouth a little bit wider. We want, skew? Nope. That's not a bad one though. Distort? Nope. We want free transform. That's what we want. Stretch it out. And then move it back to the center. Yeah, she won't be wearing lipstick here. This is more just so I know where her lips are in the sketch. There. I feel like her nose is still a little too high. I'm gonna shove that down a bit. These are all like adjustments. If I do these adjustments now, I won't have to worry about doing them in the line art. There we go. Okay. Okay. And her nose is still a little funky. I gotta straighten it out a little bit. Although she is a monk, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have a broken nose. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of her. I like her a lot. I like her having the more in the Hero Forge thing because, you know, they make minis. There can't be too many tiny details on them. Her hair is very put together, and I like this kind of straggly look that the inspiration picture has. So... well, I assume so. Like, I guess they'd be doing the punching, maybe not. But if they were training, at least in a D&D version of a monk, they're punchies. They're punchy boys. So, maybe not like the current version of a monk where they're like mostly, you know, meditating, taking care of shrines and stuff. In D&D monk, they're punchies. They like to punch. They punch. They punch things. And I guess she would be doing the punching, not so much the other people, but still. Okay, and then I've got like a gold stripe across here. And then this is like separated. Like that. Okay. Just gonna like fix this a little bit, because make this a little bit more. It was looking a little flat for me, so I'm just gonna kind of fix it up. And then make these bandages look a little bit more 3D. There we go. There we go. Okay, that looks better. And then she's got a sleeveless shirt on this side, which has some markings on it. And then she's got this one, which has like these triangles on it, which are like gold. I gotta figure those out in more detail later, but that's kind of what they look like. And then down here, she also has those same triangles. Like that. And then this is like wrapped around her. And erase all this. This is the scarf around her neck. And then that's coming down here. And then around, but then it's like over and up. I'm figuring out what I'm doing in real time. And I'm not sure if it looks good, but I'm figuring it out. I think I'll do more like that, where it's like coming up over the shoulder of the art, or so it's like this. And that's coming down, that's like that. There we go. That looks good. Maybe have this come out a little further, so it's like, there we go. And I do want to show, maybe I won't show. Won't show the ponytail, because I don't see how the ponytail would be visible from where she is, or how she's standing. So we'll just do this. Like that. There we go. Okay! So I think we've got the... oh, and this is muscle. So, there we go. Oh, stretching, 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 stretching. Woo! Add some details to her hair. Oh, somehow I put on eraser. There we go. There! I think she might be almost ready for the line art now. I'm gonna probably wrap it up here and yeah, come back again on another day and see how I'm doing. Oh no, what's your silly idea, Cranberry? I'm excited. We give Monk strawberry hat and then call it fruit punch. Now, you know what? I do kind of like that idea. That sounds like a good one. I like to make lots of more, I like to use my more silly character ideas for one-shots. And I think that I'm going to keep that one in my mind, probably for a future one-shot, because that sounds very funny, and I like it. But yeah, so this is... I guess the scarf is coming up over her face a little bit, like that, so... Let's do that while I'm thinking of it. There we go. Okay, so that's Darcy so far, so we will keep working on her another day. But I'm really liking how she's turning out. I like her kind of hair falling out all over the place off her ponytail, not falling out in general. I think I might, one second. I keep seeing things, I'm like, I'm gonna fix that up a little. I'm gonna make this come out a little bit more. There. I like her, the fist is not terrible for me. Yeah, so she's holding it like here. Just making sure the proportions look fine. Okay. I'm not terribly upset with my fist that I made. Oh. Unless I erase it, then I'll feel bad. There we go. And, yeah, I like how it's turning out. So, thank you very much, Cranberry, for joining. I just realized this eye sparkle is completely a different place than this eye sparkle, so let's fix that. Or shine, eye shine. What? Stupid thing. But yeah, Cranberries, thank you so much for joining. And I'm glad I remembered to, mod you up. Because I've been wanting to do that for a while, because you've been a loyal watcher, and I'm sure you will use your powers for good and not evil. And, we will be back next week. And, should be exciting. Next Monday. Next Monday will be the next broadcast, and I'll be playing Fields of Mystria. If anything comes up, I will announce it. I will make a post about it if I have to cancel. But you have a wonderful day, Cranberry. And anybody else who's watching the VOD, I hope you're having a good day. If you're not having a good day, I hope your bad day is over with soon. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye!